Okay, so for anyone who's practicing later on from YouTube, if you have a tennis ball or even any like self myofascial release massage ball or a lacrosse ball will also do the trick. So anything like that, if you've got a ball about the size of a tennis ball, just have it handy and then come to your seat, sit back, scoot your butt back, let your back rest against the back of your chair, and palms facing upward. Just allow your bottom hand to cup the top hand and then the top hand to cup the ball. And we're just gonna let that rest gently, somewhere comfortable. Let your arms figure themselves out. Let them be in a soft and comfortable position. Let your feet be in a soft and comfortable position. And as your eyes are closed down and you take a few moments here to just let your body find a soft settling in sensation, maybe allowing your breath to slow down a little bit. And as you start to settle in, tune in and notice if there's any parts of your body that are taking just a little bit longer to come to a relaxed situation. And there's no right or wrong, but just notice if there's any parts of your body that are calling a little extra attention to themselves. Make a note, just be aware. And then see if you can let your awareness come down to your feet. Notice your toes, notice the bottoms of your feet. And if you're holding a bunch of tension in your feet or your toes, give your toes a little wiggle, give your feet a little mush around, and just see if you can find a gentler, softer position with the feet. Let them soften back down to the ground. Notice the solidness of the floor beneath you. And then if you're on a carpet or if you're on your yoga mat, or if you have socks on, just kind of notice the texture of your not skin. This whatever is touching your skin, notice the texture of that. And then allow your awareness to travel up to your calves and your shins. Let the muscle tissue be soft. And then if you're wearing pants, maybe notice the texture of the fabric on your skin. If your skin is open and exposed to the air, maybe you notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Notice if it's cool or if it's warm. And then let your awareness travel up to your knees. Notice if you're holding any tension around your knees, especially right around the inside of the knee where that muscle comes in towards the inner thigh. Can you let your inner thigh and the inside muscle around the knee just soften and chill out for a second? Let your thighs be a little soft, a little heavy. Let your belly be soft. And then as you let your awareness come up to your torso, notice your back against the back of the chair. And then just see if you can tune in and notice the physical action of breath there. So notice your inhalation, notice your exhalation, and notice that slight and subtle change of exchange of connection points of your back against the chair as you breathe in and breathe out. And now let your awareness come up to the breath coming in and out of your nose. So breathing in through your nostrils is the most preferred method. But if you're congested and you're breathing through your mouth, that's okay. But just start to tune in and notice. Notice the inhalation. Notice your exhalation. If you're breathing in through your nose, notice the coolness of the air as you breathe in. And then that warmth of air as you exhale. And though it might be super subtle or super soft and quiet, see if you can tune in and just notice the sound of your breath. And then if Ujjayi breath is in your practice, that ocean sounding breath or victorious breath, or even if you will, that Darth Vader sounding breath, see if you can start to add your Ujjayi breath into your breathing. So finding that inhale and exhale through the nose, but there's that little constriction in the back of the throat. So we kind of constrict the breath, making a little bit of an ocean sound. Nice, slow, generous inhalation. And a nice, slow exhale. And then see if you can keep that Ujjayi breath or that ocean sounding breath, lifting your back away from your seat. So you're sitting up a little bit taller, but keeping your eyes closed if you can. Keeping the ball in your hand. Walk your butt forward in your chair just a little bit so your butt finds the center of your seat, and then readjust your feet so your feet are nice and solid on the ground. And then once you've got yourself there with a nice tall upright lifted spine, the ball in your hand, we're just going to kind of tune in and notice. So you're just going to notice the weight of the ball, which especially if it's a tennis ball is probably going to feel pretty light. And then see if you can get a sense of the texture of the ball. And even if that means closing your hand around it just a little bit more so you can feel the texture of the ball. Keeping your upright spine, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Now release your hands. So now your hands, the backs of your hands are going to reach out to each thigh. So you're going to separate that connection point of your palms. So one palm is going to be empty and one hand is holding the ball. And then once you're there, just notice your palms. Notice the subtle difference between the hand that's holding the ball and the hand that's open. And then the hand that's empty, flip it over so it's facing down, and we're just going to let that hand rest. And now focusing on the hand that's holding the ball. Index finger and thumb are going to squeeze into the ball, make a little pinch, and then release. Middle finger and thumb are going to squeeze into the ball, make a little pinch, and release. Ring finger and thumb are going to make a little pinch on the ball, squeeze, and release. Pinky finger and thumb, pinch on the ball, make a little squeeze, and release. Nice. And then pass that ball over to the other hand. Take a second to let your empty hand now rest. Palm facing down. Close your eyes down again. Notice the weight of the ball in your hand. Maybe even curl your hands around it. Notice the texture of the ball in your hand. And then release that curled up position. Index finger and thumb are going to squeeze into the ball, make a little pinch, and release. Middle finger and thumb, put a little squeeze on the ball and release. Ring finger and thumb, give a little squeeze on the ball and release. Pinky finger and thumb, give a little squeeze on the ball and then release. Beautiful. And then gather your hands together. So think prayer hands at heart center, but with that ball between the palms. And then eyes open or closed will be totally up to you, but we're just going to take that ball and draw it in some circles going in one direction. And then if you like, close your eyes down just so you can kind of tune in, notice sensation here. Awesome. And then take those circles, draw them the other way. Nice. And then let that come to a little bit of stillness with a little press between the palms so that you're pressing gently into the ball. We're going to lift the elbows up to about shoulder height. And then keeping that press, exhale and just let your elbows drop down a little bit. Push into the ball. Inhale, lift your elbows up. Exhale, soften your elbows down, but keep that gentle pressure on the ball. Inhale, lift your elbows up. Exhale, float your elbows down. And then we're just going to release, place your ball down on the ground, but place it somewhere that it's going to stay safe and that you'll have access to it in a little bit. And then once you've got your ball down on the ground, grab hold of your knees. We're going to take it right into some seated cat-cows. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale and round your back. One more time here. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale to round your back. And then find a nice neutral spine. Left hand's going to touch down to the side of the chair. Right hand's going to reach up. Take a gentle side bend, just enough so you feel a little gentle side stretch, and then take a nice full breath there. Beautiful. Release and take it over to the other side. Right hand touches down, left hand reaches up. Lean over just to the point where you feel a little slight stretch in the side body, and then pause there. Take a nice big breath. Slow breath out. Nice. And then lift up, release, take it right into a seated twist. Right hand's going to find the left knee, left hand behind you. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Release and take your twist over to the other side. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. Release and take it back to center. And then we're going to scooch the butt forward even further, and then step your feet forward so that you have that nice generous bend of the knees, a little space for the belly and the chest. Inhale, raise your arms up and look up. And then we're going to keep that up and over sensation. So think lift the belly, lift the chest, and then we're going to reach down towards the toes or towards the shins, wherever your hands happily fall, and then soften through the back of the body. So let your belly and your chest rest against your thighs. Let your head hang nice and heavy here. Take a nice full breath in. Nice slow breath out. Awesome. And then walk your hands up your shins. Walk your feet back in so that they're about hip width distance apart, and find your seated mountain pose. Anchor into your feet and lift up through the crown of your head. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, this time we're going to fold. So lift your heart, dive down towards your feet. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. Pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up through the spine, roll your shoulders up to your ears, roll them around, down and back. Come back to your mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, lift your heart and fold forward. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. Pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up, roll your shoulders up to your ears, around, down and back through your mountain pose. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, soften down, pull the abdominal muscles in, roll up through the spine, roll your shoulders up to your ears, roll them around, down and back. And now we're going to stick with the shoulders, but we're going to reverse direction. So we're going to draw the shoulders back, up to the ears, round them forward. Two more just like that. Shoulders back, up to the ears, round forward. Beautiful. One more time. Draw them back, lift up to the ears, round forward. And now take it in the opposite direction. Lift them up to the ears, roll them around, down and back. Two more in that direction. Beautiful. And then take your left hand, bring it across the chest, grab the back of the arm, hug it in nice and tight, drop your shoulder down away from your ear, take 3 nods of the head up and down here. Inhale as you lift your chin up. Exhale as you tuck your chin down. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, tuck down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tuck down. And then bring your head to a neutral position, release your arm, shrug out your shoulders, give them a little wiggle jiggle, and then take it to the other side. Bring your right arm across, grab hold in a nice tight position, and then drop the shoulder down away from the ear. Once you've got that nice comfortable position, if it feels good, inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale and tuck your chin down. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. Just move with your breath's rhythm. Beautiful. And then as you find your head in a neutral position, release that arm. Both hands are going to swim behind the back, catch hold of the back of the chair. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your chest, lift your chin, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then release back to your mountain pose. Let your hands come down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. Right hand's going to reach over to the left knee. Left hand's going to reach, think gentle twist here. So rather than that big leverage, just a light little bit of reach, and then right away, bring it back down. Catch hold of your knee, pull your knee up to your chest, nice and light. Give it a light little squeeze, and then right away, set it back down. Find your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right knee. Right hand reaches up, but keep it light and gentle. And then right away, release. Pull that knee up to the chest. Give a light, gentle squeeze. Nice. And then release that foot back down to the ground. Find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften back down. Right hand's going to find the left knee, and now anchor into your legs, leverage just a little bit further. As you reach that left hand back, look to your thumb, take one good breath here, and then release that hand. We're going to pull the knee up to the chest, draw it in for a tighter squeeze here, tuck your nose towards your knee, take one good breath here. Beautiful, and then release that foot down, come back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right knee. Anchor into your legs. Lift that right hand up. Look to the thumb. Take one good breath here. Release that hand to the knee. Pull the knee up to the chest. A little tighter squeeze. Tuck your nose towards your knee. Take one good breath here. Beautiful. And then release that foot back down to the ground. Come back to mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Stay in that folded position. And then if your ball is nearby, now we're going to grab the ball and place the ball underneath the right foot. So we're going to place it under the foot in a soft position, and then just pull your abdominal muscles in, roll your way on up. Now we're going to roll the foot. So think rolling from toe to heel, and then just start to find a nice soft and gentle roll here. So rather than a lot of pressure, let the foot be soft. And then if you're on a slippy surface like I am, sometimes it's better to be on just a little bit more like your sticky mat or on a rug, just so that, especially a tennis ball, it just doesn't slip and slide out from underneath you. So place your ball in a position that it's not going to slide out from underneath you. Take a couple of good rolls forward and back. Awesome. And then set your foot off the ball. Take a second and just notice one foot compared to the other. Take a nice full breath. Beautiful. And then if you can, step your other foot onto the ball, find that nice soft position, and then just roll the length of the foot. So we're rolling from toe to heel, and then just maybe you move along the line of the foot. So big toe, second toe, third toe, just move up and down in a nice, gentle way. Take one more roll forward and back, and then step that foot off, both feet nice and firm on the ground. Come back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Right hand over to the left shin. Left hand reaches, nice big reach. Look to your thumb. Take one good breath. Release that hand down. We're going to slide up the shin. Bring the knee to the chest. Bring your nose to your knee. And then soften up your position just a little bit, but hold on to that knee and draw it in circles. Go in one direction. Beautiful. And then take that knee, draw it in circles, go the other way. Nice. And then when you're ready, set that foot down, come back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left hand over to the right shin. Right hand takes that big reach. Look to your thumb. Beautiful. And then release that hand down. Slide up the shin. Bring the knee to the chest. Bring your nose to your knee. Get a little squeeze. And then release or soften that position just a little bit, but hold on to the knee, draw your knee in circles, go in one direction. Nice, and then take that knee, draw it in circles, go the other way. Beautiful. Set that foot down, and now we're going to come back down to the ball. So just rearrange your butt in your chair so you're nice and solid, and take that ball underneath the right foot, but we're going to take it underneath the ball toe mound of the foot. So you're going to keep your heel on the ground, trap the ball underneath that ball toe mound, and then we're just going to swish the foot side to side. So you might see that the knee is going to help generate that movement. You're going to keep that ball trapped underneath the ball toe mound of your foot. So you're working big toe to pinky toe, putting as much pressure onto the ball as you can stand. Lovely. Take one more swish side to side and then move it on up. So now we're going to move into the instep of the foot, or think that center position of the foot, but the heel is still going to stay on the ground. So we're going to keep the ball trapped under the foot and then come back to that swish side to side. And you can reposition yourself anywhere that you need to, especially like I said, on my slippy surface. Sometimes the ball just wants to fly out from under my foot. So if you need to reposition yourself so that the ball stays steady, do what you need to do. Take one more little swish side to side, and now we're going to move it on up to the heel. So the ball toe mound is now going to stay on the floor. You're going to trap that ball underneath your heel, and this is going to be a smaller, gentler movement here. So you're going to get that little swish side to side, but it's not going to be as big or grand of a movement. And here you're going to find that your ankle is going to help get that movement going. Nice. Take one more swish side to side, and then we're just going to pass that ball over to the other foot. So we're going to trap the ball underneath the ball toe mound back up towards the top of the foot, heel on the ground. And once you've got it trapped, shift your foot side to side or let your knee help generate that movement and reposition yourself as needed so that your ball stays steady underneath your foot. Awesome. And then when you're ready, we're going to move it on up. So move it up to the instep, heel on the ground, trap the ball. So we put a little pressure on and then swish the foot side to side. Nice. Take one more little swish side to side, and then we're going to move up to the heel. So the ball toe mound is now on the floor. You're trapping the ball underneath your heel, put a little pressure on, and then swish your heel side to side. It's going to be a smaller range of motion here. Awesome. One more little swish side to side, and then step both feet off the ball, leave the ball on the ground just a little bit out of the way so that you can come back to your sun salutation. Find your mountain pose, anchor into your feet. Inhale, arms reach up, hands meet, chest lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right hand over to the left shin, left hand takes that big reach, look to your thumb. Release that hand down, slide up the shin, bring the knee to your chest, bring your nose to your knee. Beautiful, and then release that foot back down to the ground, find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up, hands meet, chest lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left hand over to the right shin, right hand reaches. Release that hand down, slide up the shin, bring your knee to your chest, bring your nose to your knee. Awesome. And then release it back to your mountain pose. But now we're going to take the ball and we're going to rearrange our body so that we have access to the hamstring muscles. So you're going to readjust in your chair as works best for you. It's going to probably look a little different for everybody. I'm going to take a little sideways position just so that I can get a little, so you can have a view. So I'm going to drop my leg down and then you'll be able to see. So I'm turning myself sideways. I want to have access to the back of my thigh and place it somewhere right in the middle of the back of the thigh. So if you can get that ball positioned so it's just in that nice juicy middle. And once you've found your way there, let your thigh just for a moment get nice and heavy into the ball. And then if that feels okay, you're just going to take a couple of bends and straightens of your leg. And only go to a depth that feels good. So it should be a good massaging sensation, but if it's too intense or if you've got anything going on with your hamstring muscle, either rearrange it so it feels like a nice position or leave the ball off and just bend and straighten the leg. Nice. Take one more bend and straighten of that leg and then lift it up release your ball from underneath your thigh, and then we're going to swish around. Give your knees a little swish. Notice one back of the thigh might feel a little bit different than the other. Then we're going to take it right to the other side. So I'm going to spin myself around so I have access to the back of my other side, placing that ball right in that good juicy middle. So finding that space where the ball kind of settles right into that little pocket of muscles. And then once you've got your way there for a moment, just let your thigh get nice and heavy. Nice. And then if it feels good to do so, take a couple of good bends and straightens of the leg. If that doesn't feel good, leave that part off or remove the ball if it feels better to move the leg without the ball. Beautiful. Take one more bend and straighten of that leg, and then lift up, remove that ball, come back to center, give everything a little swish, but we're going to come back to the other side, but now we're going to place it underneath our glutes or underneath our butt. So come back to the other side or rearrange yourself in the way that works best for you and your chair. And then we're just going to lift the tush up just a little bit, placing that ball underneath your bum. And then you'll kind of rearrange things. So you'll get your hand hold that works good for you. I find sometimes holding onto the back of the chair is a really nice beneficial way to go. And also sometimes holding onto the corner of the chair. But once you've got yourself in a position that feels good, you're going to kind of lean on and lean off. So you're going to find where that ball is, put a little pressure on and a little pressure off. Beautiful. One more just like that. And then you're going to kind of find a floating position. So you're going to use your hands to help support, and you're just going to draw some circles of your bum on that tennis ball, just finding some nice places where there might need a little bit of massage. And then if you find any places that need, settle your butt onto it, soften your glute muscles, take a nice big breath. Nice. Take one more little movement here and then lift off, remove that ball out from underneath. Come back to center, give your knees a little swish, and then we're going to take it right to the other side. So readjust your seat as needed, lift your butt up, place that ball underneath your butt, get it into a comfortable position, and then pause just for a moment to notice. Awesome. And then once you feel like you've got a good position, now we're going to move on that ball. So you're going to lean in just a little bit, put a little pressure on, lean off, lean in, put a little pressure on, and lean off. Lean in, put a little pressure on, and lift off. And now you're going to find a little hovering position so that you can circle around. So you're just going to move your butt on that ball just as much as you can find. And again, the tennis ball is sometimes slippy. So if you're in a slippy chair and then you've got that slippy tennis ball, you might have to kind of put your hand in there to just kind of hold it in place. So find a little bit of movement that feels good. And then when you're ready, release, lift off, take that ball out from underneath you, set it down on the ground, come back to your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, hands meet chest, lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Right hand over to the left hand reaches up. Release that hand down, slide up the shin, bring your knee to your chest, bring your nose to your knee. Awesome. And then we're going to externally rotate that leg. So we're going to hold on to the knee, catch hold of the heel, turn it out so it's a little external rotation, and then swish that leg side to side. Beautiful. One more little swish side to side, and then we're going to take this right into a little figure four stretch. So drop that leg across the thigh or across the ankle, just whatever variation works good for your body, for your knee, and for your hip. And then once you're there, think up and over. So we want to pull the belly up and over, and we're going to reach our elbows towards our shins and see if you can catch hold of your shins with your elbows. And then we're going to use a little leverage here. So you're going to make sure your leg is nice and solid and strong, and then kind of push your elbows into your shins so we create a little traction. So think about reaching through the crown of your head as you push your elbows into your shins. Take one more breath, and then we're going to soften. So now keeping that nice long position with the spine, soften. Just let your hands fall down wherever feels most comfortable. They can rest on your leg, whatever feels good. But we want to maintain that bit of space and length through the spine. Nice. Take one more breath. And then come up nice and slow. Lift through the crown of your head. Let your heart follow. Lift that leg up. Give it one last little swish. And then place that leg down on the ground. Find your mountain pose again. Inhale, arms up and look up. Hands meet chest, lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left hand over to the right shin, right hand reaches up. Release that hand down, slide up the shin, bring the knee to your chest, bring your nose to your knee. And then switch your hand hold. So we're going to hold onto the knee, grab hold of the heel, externally rotate, rock the leg a little side to side. And then find your figure four that you like best. If you like it across the thigh, take it there. If you like it across the ankle, take it there, or any other variation if you're using a block. If your leg is across the shin, you have access to that shin. Elbows are going to reach up and over, finding the shin bone. And then you're going to make sure your legs are nice and solid. Anchor against that shin, push the elbows in, find a little traction, lengthen through the crown of your head. So once you've got that nice long spine, then soften. Let your arms just drop wherever feels the most comfortable. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, lift up through the top of your head. Let your heart follow. Come up nice and slow. Lift that leg up. Give it one last little swish side to side. And then set your foot down on the ground. We're going to toe heel the feet out to a nice wide position. Gently push your hands into the insides of the knees just so you feel a little stretch in the inner thigh. Lift nice and tall through your spine. And now we're going to twist a little bit. So take your right shoulder toward your left knee. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Beautiful. One more time each side. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you bring it back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. Toe heel your feet back in. Pause just for a moment. Notice your feet on the ground. Notice your legs. Close your eyes down. Find that nice tall uplifted spine. Soften your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. Drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Let your ear get nice and heavy. We're going to roll the chin down and across the chest, and then take your other ear over to the shoulder. Let it get nice and soft and heavy. If you can, close your eyes down. Soften your jaw. Take one more breath. And then roll your chin back down across your chest. And then just at the chest, take a couple little figure eights. Just kind of rock your head a little side to side. Just kind of soothe out any of the tension that you might have come across in the back of your neck. And then one last time, we're going to reach down, grab the ball. And now we're going to do a little hand manipulation. So you're going to take the ball in one palm to the inside. So finding that little muscle that runs on the inside of the knee. And then your outer hand is going to just help support to hold the leg in place. You're going to place the ball into that little muscle and then draw some gentle circles. So you're going to put in as much pressure as you feel comfortable with. Draw circles in one direction. Draw your circles the other way. Awesome. Sticking with that leg, but now we're just going to flip over to the other side. So pass the ball over to the other hand. Get your hand hold to support the leg. Push in, and then draw some circles in one direction. Beautiful. And then draw your circles the other way. Nice. And now we're going to take that ball that's on the outer side of the thigh, draw a couple of circles, go all the way up to the side of the thigh, right to where the side of the thigh meets your butt. And then take those circles, draw them the other way, go back down towards your knee. Beautiful. And now we're going to pass it all over to the other side. So hand's going to be on the outside to support the knee, ball to the inside of the knee. Find that little muscle that runs along the inside of the knee. Put a little pressure on, draw some circles in one direction. Nice. Draw some circles the other way. Awesome. And then pass it across, switch your hands, place your hand on the inside to create a little bit of support, and then put a little pressure on, draw your circles in one direction. Draw your circles the other way. Cool. And now we're going to go up the outside of the thigh. So you're going to draw your circles, moving on up to where your thigh meets your where your thigh meets your butt. And then once you're up there, draw your circles in the other direction, going back down towards your knee. Nice. And then once you've got back down towards your knee, set your ball down onto the ground, just somewhere that it's safe and out of the way. Little hand manipulation, just take your first thigh that you're working on, twist and turn the muscles on the thigh just to kind of loosen it all back up. Awesome. And then take it over to the other side. Just use your hands, twist and turn the thigh muscles, just to kind of loosen it all back up. Beautiful. And then we're just going to give our hands a good shake. So let your fingers be nice and loose. Shake your hands, shake your wrists, let everything find a little bit of soft looseness, maybe bringing a little blood flow and energy back down to your hands. Wonderful. And then let your hands just rest comfortably on your thighs. Scoot your butt way back, find the back of your chair, and then let your back settle in. Let your shoulders snuggle into a nice happy position. Let your feet get soft and heavy on the ground. Close your eyes down. And then see if you can come back to that Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, making that light ocean sound. Allow your focus or awareness to come to your sense of hearing and tune in and just listen to the sounds around you, the sounds of your room, the sounds of your house, and even the sounds of your body. And then as you keep with that tuning into your listening or you're paying attention to the sounds around you, start to generate some movement. Gently lift your back away from your chair. Sticking with that, paying attention to the sounds around you, keeping your eyes closed if you can. You're just going to walk your butt forward in your seat, allowing your butt to find the center of your chair and letting your feet find a nice solid place. And take one more moment here just to tune in and listen. And keeping your eyes closed if you can, as you inhale, you're just going to let your shoulders lift up to your ears, a little scrunch in the muscles in the side of the neck, maybe even scrunch up your face just a little bit. And then as you exhale, just let your shoulders melt down and soften away from your ears. Inhale and let your shoulders lift, get that little squeeze. Exhale and let your shoulders melt down. One more time here. Inhale and let your shoulders lift. Exhale to let your shoulders soften down. And then on your next inhale, gather your prayer hands together at heart center and Anjali Mudra. Hands together, thumbs to sternum, elbows wide or elbows soft, just whatever feels right to you right now. And then just for a moment here, tune in and notice. Notice the connection of skin in your palms. Notice if your hands are warm or cool. Notice the backs of your hands or the parts of your hands that are exposed to the air. And then notice if it's cool or warm. Gently bowing your head to your heart. Take a nice full inhale, breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And then from here, we're going to take our big good morning stretch and we're going to work our way up into a standing position. So stretch your arms up and overhead, stretch your legs nice and long, a little reach through the heels, a little reach through the fingers, maybe even look up to the sky, and then slide your feet in, soften your hands down to the ground. And we're going to take a little forward fold from here. So as your hands find the ground, can you lift your butt away from your seat just to the point where you feel a little gentle stretch in the backs of the legs, and then soften the back of your head. Soften the back of your body. Take one good breath here. And then increase that generous bend in your knees. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll all the way up to standing. And we're going to take a big yawn from here. So stretch your arms up and overhead. Big reach up to the ceiling. Look to the sky. Take one nice big breath. And then float your arms down. Give everything a little shake, a little wiggle. You guys are amazing. Nice work today.